What's up?
Once
What's
again,
poppin'?
it's on.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum,
What's going
salam.
on, pops? Walaikum salam. How you feeling?
Man, I had to take a quick power nap, man.
Word.
You know what I mean? But I'm up. I'm revived. I'm fresh.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ready to get us jumping, man. What up, YouTube world?
What up,
Salute.
viewers? Welcome back to
Two
another episode.
Trey.
Yes, sir. TwoTreys podcast. It's me,
Indeed.
your boy, son Trey, and
Pop
as
Trey in the
always with
house.
me, yes, sir, Pop Trey.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, pops, you want to go ahead and let them know what we do this for every time we get on?
Every time we get on, man, it's always a must that we bridge the gap between the youth and the elders, the fathers and the sons, between the tackling the truth, but tackling the falsehoods with the truth, and just bringing up the black community in a strong and powerful and loving way. You know what I mean? So that means no drama. You know, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but you ain't gonna find no drama, no back rumor, slack talk, none of that stuff going on. Not here.
Nah.
All right. Let's
Yes, sir.
uplift, man. Let's uplift. Let's empower. Let's enlighten. Let's share the knowledge. You know what I mean? And be the father and son, like, you know, the only duo that we can be.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
All right, pops, let's go ahead and get into it. We have our honorable mention for today. We want to go ahead and let the viewers know who that is.
Indeed.
And I'll get the image pulled up for us.
All right. Well, today we're going to honor somebody in which we use this particular invention that he had developed every day, and that is an automobile. Yes, sir. There he is. Let's get into it. At the dawn of the automobile age in the early 20th century, hundreds of small auto companies sprouted up across America as entrepreneurs, recognized that society was transitioning from horse-drawn carriages to transportation powered by the internal combustion engine. Some of these early companies grew to become giants that are still with us today, such as Ford and Chevrolet. Many others remain small, struggling to compete against the assembly lines of the larger manufacturers. One such company was C.R. Patterson and Sons of Greenfield, Ohio, makers of the Patterson-Greenfield automobile from 1915 to 1918. Though its name is little recognized today, there is in fact a very important reason to ensure that it is not lost to history. It was and remains to this day the only African American owned and operated automobile company. Charles Richard Patterson was born into slavery on a Virginia plantation in 1833. Not much is known about his life on the plantation, and historians have to sift through conflicting reports about how he came to settle in Greenfield, Ohio, a town with strong abolitionist sympathies. Some say his family arrived in the 1840s, possibly after purchasing their freedom. Others suggest Patterson alone escaped in 1861. In any case, he learned the skills of the blacksmith and found work in the carriage-making trade, where he developed a reputation for building a high-quality product. In 1873, he formed a business partnership with another carriage maker in town, J.P. Lowe, who was white and eventually became sole proprietor of the renamed C.R. Patterson and Sons in 1893. It was a successful business employing an integrated workforce of 35 to 50 by the turn of the century, and Charles Patterson became a prominent and respected citizen in Greenfield. His catalog listed some 28 models, from simple open buggies to larger and more expensive closed carriages for doctors and other professionals. When Patterson died in 1910, the business passed to his son, Frederick, who was already something of a pioneer. See, he was a college educated and was the first black athlete to play football for Ohio State University. He was also an early member and vice president of the National Negro Business League, founded by Booker T. Washington. Now, as owner and operator of the enterprise his father started, Frederick Patterson began to see the handwriting on the wall. the days of carriages and horse-drawn buggies were nearing an end. At first, the company offered repair and restoration services for the horseless carriages that were beginning to proliferate on the streets of Greenfield. No doubt this gave workers the opportunity to gain some hands-on knowledge about these noisy, smoky, and often unreliable contraptions. Like his father, Frederick was a strong believer in advertising and placed his first ad for auto repair services in the local paper in 1913. Initially, the work mostly involved repainting and bodies and reupholstering interiors, but as the shop gained more experience with engines and drivetrains, they began to offer sophisticated upgrades and improvements to electrical and mechanical systems as well. This valuable experience allowed C.R. Patterson and Sons to take the next great step in his own, as well as in African-American history. In 1915, it announced the availability of the Patterson Greenfield automobile, a price of $685. Wow. Man, we ain't gonna never see that day again. But from the company's publicity efforts, it is evident they were bursting with pride. Our car is made with three distinct purposes in mind. First, it is not intended for a large car. It is intended to take the place originally held by the family Surrey. It is a 5-passenger vehicle, ample and luxurious. Second, it is intended to meet the requirements of that class of users who, though perfectly able to spend twice the amount, yet feel that a machine should not engross a disproportionate share of expenditure, and especially it should not do so to the exclusion of proper provisions for home and home comfort and the travel of varied other pleasurable and beneficial entertainment. It is a sensibly priced car. Third, it is intended to carry with it, and it does so perfection, every conceivable convenience and every luxury known to car manufacturer. There is absolutely nothing shady about it, nothing skimp and stingy. The initial hope and optimism, however, proved to be fairly short-lived. In an age of increased mechanization and production lines, small independent shops featured hand-built, high-quality products weren't able to scale up production or compete on price against the rapidly growing car companies out of Detroit. In small quantities, parts and supplies were expensive and hard to come by when major manufacturers were buying them by the trainload at greatly reduced cost. Plus, the labor hours car were much higher than that of assembly line manufacturers. As a result, the profit margin in each Patterson Greenfield was low. Sadly, no Patterson Greenfield automobiles are known to survive today. But we should not let that dim the fact that two great entrepreneurs, Charles Richard Patterson and his son Frederick Patterson, built and sustained a business that lasted several generations and earned a place not just in African American history, but in automotive history as well. Salute Charles Richard Patterson and Frederick, his son, Frederick Patterson.
Listen. Yes, sir. We salute them.
Son.
Thank you.
Yo, man.
All right, Pops.
we got, I mean, dang on, man. We find these individuals, to provide a spotlight on, to not just enlighten our audience, but also enlighten ourselves. Because we learned it, it's not like we already knew who these people were going to be before we put them on as an honorable mention. No, not at all. Actually find these individuals like right before we come on. And it's not. Well,
some of them are some we don't know, and some of them like from our last episodes. Like I said, Monta Musa is a role model of mine.
Right.
But no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Right. But it's
the level of people of specifically African American descendant people that we're able to find and showcase their accomplishments not only to our community but the worldwide.
Right.
Is astounding.
And not just that, it is relevant because of what we're going to be discussing and talking about today.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now, this was a father and son duo, right?
Right.
Are we a father and son duo?
Yes, sir.
Enough said. But let's go into who are we going to be talking about and discussing.
Yeah, absolutely. And this goes into another one of my role models that I strive to be like and learn from, and any chance I get when this person is in the public, whether it's during an interview or anything along those lines, I definitely try to make time to hear what he has to say.
Right.
And that person is Damon Dash.
Damon Dash.
Former owner of Rock Nation, Rockaware, current owner of
Rockefeller Records.
Word.
Not Rock Nation, Rockefeller Records.
Rockefeller Records, my bad.
Yeah, I don't think he had anything to do with Rock Nation. I got
word.
Yeah, I gotta check that.
The timing, yeah. But yeah, he one of the great entrepreneurs of our time, because he's still doing it. He's out here. He currently has his own. We spoke about this on the previous podcast. He currently has his own streaming platform.
Right.
So someone in the game that's definitely been always doing it at a high caliber level, always striving for success, and so what we have today is some clips of him on Shannon Sharp's show, and that is called let's see, Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay. You have Damon Dash and Shannon Sharp discussing Damon Dash's current events and what he's up to.
I remember when you first told me. I believe your brother put you on to the interview, Zaire, and then Zaire actually put me on to it as well. I didn't get to watch the whole thing,
right?
But what I did see, it definitely, rung volumes to my ears, because I agree with everything that the brother was saying. You know what I mean? And it's actually exactly what I've been saying, and then also passing along to you and your brothers and sisters.
Absolutely. So for the viewers out there, we actually have a treat for you guys. We're actually going to play some of the interview and discuss it a little bit, so that we all get an understanding of the point of view that Mr. Damon Dash is coming from.
Yo, hit the like and share,
word.
Subscribe. Let's get that out for business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't
This is
make
TwoTreys podcast, guys. If you're enjoying what you're watching, if you guys support the show, please leave a like, leave a comment. We do answer our comments if you guys are making your comments during the live, because we want to make this as interactive as possible. So do that. Subscribe to the channel as well, so when we do go live, you guys will get a notification that will ding and let you guys know that we are live. Also, if you guys would like to make a donation to the channel, please feel free. It's in the description box below. All you have to do is click on that, and it will send you directly to the PayPal account that's linked to our channel.
Absolutely.
Right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that off.
Fair use, fair use.
Hold up for us. Let's see.
We don't want no copyright laws over here. Fair use, fair use.
Basketball, I'm a fan.
Right.
I play lacrosse, I'm a fan. And these are the things where I just don't like the narrative where the person calling the plays is never from my culture, really. And when they are, it's like a big deal. The shit should be the normal. We got to own shit so we can make the rules. We'll never, ever make the rules if we don't own nothing. And I don't want to start out as big as them. I just want to own it. I just want to try it as an owner. I want to see it.
But
everybody makes things look so hard when they never try it. I got to try it.
Okay. You want to own.
I got to own. I don't know. I can't speak in any other language.
But here's the thing.
I only talk boss.
What about people that don't want to own?
What about them? They don't have to. But I'll fight for them, and I'll make sure they don't get abused. They'll be protected by those that do. Period.
Okay. I can rock with that.
Real quick, Pops. That was a lot in a minute. Yo. That he just shared with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play some more for sure. I just want to, let's quickly talk about what he just said just now.
Go ahead. I'll let you rock first.
Yeah, I mean, the mentality he has, as we can see, is um you know what I'm saying, he's going out in life and creating work for himself. He's creating
Right.
work in the situation where he's at the end of the day, the main benefactor. And how do you become the main benefactor in a job? You become the owner of that position. Um, and we see here he's talking about specifically owning a football team. And
Oh, so that's what he was referring to, owning the football team. Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and continue the conversation real quick, Pop.
Well,
You want to dive in on what he just said? I mean, it was a powerful 1 minute.
right. And I wouldn't say so much. One, I believe he may go into further detail specifically, but owning a team is yes. But if it's the door is being closed and not open for himself or other black people to own a team
Right.
in the NFL, I would like us to say the heck with him. Let's go create our own league.
Word.
Time and time again, we want to bust down the door and get involved with the group who doesn't want us involved, and we want to get involved to change things up.
Right.
Where we're not welcome. So it's put like this: we on the basketball court. There's a game going on. You say you have next.
Right.
But they don't want you to play next. They don't want.
What do you do?
They don't let you play. What do you do? Do you turn around and go home, or do you play on the other court where there's nobody else playing? You see what I'm saying?
And that speaks to what he was saying. How he talks like a boss. Now, I think what he means by that is his being is I move like a boss. Everything I do is is in the movement in the boss mindset.
Well,
so like you said, like a boss, but the boss isn't gonna be like, yo, I guess I'm not gonna play today. No, boss always plays. He gonna figure a way how to play.
And that's only being self-sufficient. That's only being, what I mean? Like, I want to do it for myself. If you don't want me involved, that's all right. I'm going to create my own game over here. You know what I mean? And play with my own basketball too. But go ahead, continue on. Let's see the rest.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned your arena league. What you and listening to that you said, well, I'm tired of seeing that people that look like me do all the heavy lifting. They do all the leg work. They catch the ball, they throw the ball, they tackle the guy.
They getting hit, they get hit, all that shit.
While we look up there and the people that's looking at us
are making the money.
Look like us.
They don't look like us. They're paying us. They're laughing at us. That's the way I look at it.
Right. Facts.
So if you had an opportunity to buy an NFL team, you don't want to buy an NFL team.
I will.
Want to go to competing leagues.
No. If they want to play nice, we've tried to buy. How many black men have tried to buy football teams and a white board said no?
Right.
I know Ray Lewis tried.
Yeah, Ray Lewis tried, apparently. Yeah.
As a majority or as a minority?
And it's not because he didn't have the money to.
I want to be the boss.
That he didn't get it.
Well, but here's the thing.
I tried to buy the Raiders.
Dang. I get it. But how many black people have the capital to be able to put up 30% of an NFL team?
First of all, how many people in general put up their own money in the first place anyway? We all have to come together and put our money together, make it fun, they're gonna make it.
Right.
That's the difference between us and them. They know how to leverage, they know how to stick together. They don't put up no money. They pre-sell everything before it happens. You build an arena, you pre-sell the rights to the naming rights, and then it pays for everything. We just don't know how to do it. There's no owner 101. I'll give it to you, I made one. I know how to run a team right now, I think, but I'm gonna try.
Real quick, Pops, you want to touch on without again, a lot said.
I mean, And like I said, man, create our own league.
Word.
Put our money together and create our own league. Yo, if all the athletes in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, if all of those athletes just said, we're not playing for you owners anymore. We're going to go and play in this other league. Do you think that they won't get as much money that they are receiving now? Because without the players, you don't have the fans.
All right.
Fans are going to watch wherever their favorite players are playing. But you know what keeps us in these organizations? Signing that dotted line.
Something so fickle as money. And Pops, I just want to speak. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to speak again on going back to what he said before about the boss mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, yo, he's telling you how he feels coming from the boss mentality of, if I walk on a field and I'm getting my head cracked and I look up and there's those same people that used to oppress me and they're laughing and having a jolly time at my demise.
Right.
So he's trying to, and for him, I understand where he's coming from. And that's why I'm so confused for a lot of the players that are playing. It's like, yo, you don't feel that way? When you walk out on the field and you see the owner and his family in the box
seat,
and they're enjoying you hurting yourself.
It sort of reminds me of the Gladiator.
Word, that's what it is.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Where the the elite is up there in the safeguards of the other people watching and for entertainment value. You know what I mean? Like, you really gotta, like you said, man, imagine yourself walking out there and seeing everybody cheering for you. But then as soon as you get hit hard, if you're the opposing team, they cheering because you got hit hard. And you actually might hurt. Like, oh shit. They cheering because I got injured.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the whole boss thing too, man, that's only an independent thinker can come out with their words and literally say it. Not everybody has that mentality. I can see right now in Shannon Sharp's words, or hearing his words, and actually see his whole demeanor, that he is not responding in the way in which he is agreeing with what Damon Dash is saying. You can tell when we were slaves, and one slave said, "Hey, yo, man, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat and mistreated by a master. Let's run away. Let's escape."
Or
it was the slave that had the reaction of, "Well, why you want to go? Why? It's good here. But I don't know what's out there." That's fear. When you hear somebody respond in that type of way, when you are wanting to be independent and do things on your own, that's them. That's their fear trying to stop you. They're trying to inflict their fear onto you, so you can take it from their perspective and then don't react. That's what it sounds like, Shannon Sharp. No disrespect. I'm just giving the facts of, my opinion. Allegedly, my opinion. He sounds like, he's one of those slaves. I was like, oh no, I don't want to go nowhere. I'm comfortable.
No, we talked about this after I saw, I saw it before you, I think.
Right.
And I was just telling you, like, yo, like, you see Shannon Sharp and you're like, yo, like, why are you playing devil advocacy during the whole interview? And we'll play it some more so you guys can get if you haven't gotten that vibe, that you'll eventually get it. Why are you playing devil advocacy with him throughout the whole video, like the whole interview, when all he's trying to do is offer opportunity for betterment of self?
Right. Right.
and you're coming at opposition to that. And so, like you said, it's like, yo, like he's trying to give you better, but you're like, no, I'd rather stay where I am. How dare you? How dare you try to do that? Which I'm not a co-signer, even though I know. I mean, Damon Dash is sitting down with him and discussing with him essentially the idea of ownership. He didn't have to explain himself.
I mean, he shouldn't have to. He should have.
Right? Why is he having to explain himself on why he wants to own a team? It should be obvious. Right. It should be obvious why.
But his words now, I can sense his attitude is now, I gotta try to convince you to create our own league, which is crazy.
Right.
I gotta try now to make you see that we can do better if we create our own league and do it better. Why not try it? It's something we haven't tried. We haven't even attempted. Well, some of us attempted by, owning a team. But like Vince McMahon, he created a team. He created a league, the XFL. It can happen. But when are we, the main people who run the sports leagues and the players, when are we going to take that step and that role as creators of our own league? I know we were forced to do so back in the day with the Negro League, the ABA, you know what I mean? And they didn't let us in the NFL at one point in time. Remember? I mean, you don't remember, but we were segregated, but we still did our own thing. We didn't wait for them to say, "Oh, okay, we're gonna not play sports to wait for these white guys to tell us it's okay to play with them." No, we are better, we are faster, we're stronger, we do it better. So we played with ourselves. We said, "What the hell with them? They don't want it. All right, y'all have your own league over there." But something made white people see the value in us. The money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is a clear sign or clear cut picture of, as a father to his son and to all my children, don't be like this guy. Be like this guy. And it's clear cut like that. Have the mentality of Damon Dash, son. You know what I mean? I have my own business, so my mentality is a lot different when I talk to somebody who is just an employee. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
right.
that's the way. That's how Damon Dash is talking. He's talking to an employee, and it's frustrating. I can see his frustration. You're like, yo, why are you asking me these questions? Why are you acting like it's impossible? You're trying to impose your fear on me. But I said enough. Let's continue on.
Mm-hmm. Or I skipped ahead a little bit. I know you wanted to hear what he had to say in regards to hip hop and Kanye West, so we'll start the clip from there for us.
All right.
In those days, Brooklyn dudes didn't wear Nike Airs, so that was a flag for me.
You got a very peculiar way of recognizing people and believing that they can do big things based on an appearance.
Seems like it works, doesn't it?
He ain't laughing though. He's laughing at them, laughing at.
You said you were tired for begging for a seat at the table.
I never begged for a seat at the table. I broke that table. I never begged for nothing.
So
I'm tired of hearing us beg for a seat at the table.
How about when you and Jay blows up your company? Now people want to talk to you.
You understand? We were always blown up.
Jay-Z wasn't always blown up.
Yeah, we was. In the street, we was doing really well.
Nah, he ain't make no. Nah.
I promise you. Think about this. Back in those days, the rappers were.
Yeah, you want to hold that real quick, Pops, and just shine a light on how Shannon Sharpe is reacting to what he's saying.
I mean, right now he's casting doubt on
His
the
truth,
success of
his experience.
well, right, because
he
he's only,
experienced it. He's like, no, it didn't happen like that.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's Shannon Sharp not believing the life that Damon Dash was successful based on him not hearing about Jay-Z until he thinks that Jay-Z.
Whenever he heard him, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in the street, and I think Damon Dash said that. Well, in the street, we were much successful. We were, just as successful. You know what I mean? No, you didn't hear about us because that would be asinine. I mean, we were dealing drugs. So, and where were you located, Shannon Sharp? In a whole nother state. So why would you hear about us dealing drugs and being successful dealing drugs? You won it. But that doesn't mean that we wasn't comfortable and getting money, even though it was the wrong way of getting it. But we was very good at doing it. Continue on.
Yes, sir.
Dealers.
Yeah.
We were really good drug dealers. We were
Ah.
famous in the street already.
Yeah.
So it was normal.
But where you going with it?
That's why when like Leor offered us $1 million, we was like, we laughed at him.
Right.
It was like, we're not here for $1 million. We're here because we like having fun.
Right.
You know, but we knew once we got there, yeah, we're hustlers. Of course, we're gonna fucking destroy this shit, which we did. We did exactly what we said we were gonna do. What I knew we were gonna do.
Who educated you on owning your masters? Because that seems to be something that a lot of musicians, entertainers struggle with, and they're fighting, they're scratching, and trying to claw it back.
That was my education. Listen to everybody else complain about it.
Right.
If I hear somebody made a mistake, why would I make the same mistake?
Right.
That's dumb.
So how difficult was it to negotiate that?
You don't have to negotiate anything when you're
You
on
negotiate
it. No
anything.
negotiation. What are you talking about? When you're the boss, you don't have to negotiate. You fire people.
Mm.
You seem to have, as a business mogul, you seem to have a very short fuse.
No, I just don't like disrespect. That's the street shit. So I have triggers for sure. Disrespect is a big trigger.
What do you determine as disrespect?
Not being a man of your word. Having an agreement or crossing my boundaries when I clearly establish them. If I make my boundaries clear and you cross them, you're consciously disrespecting me. And in the street, that means you think I'm soft. Then I got to swing on you.
Facts.
What's his name?
Governor.
Real quick, Pops. You want to speak on what you just said?
I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know what I mean? You gotta respect me. You know what I mean? Especially as a man, one. And two, as the position that I put myself in. You know what I mean? I put myself in this position. So, me right now, this is me. Tags Healthy Wellness Living. I mean, nobody can come into this shop and tell me I need to get up and get off this podcast because I got work. I got to clean the bathroom. Anybody coming in here telling me what to do?
Word.
You know what I mean? And if they did, I'm gonna look at them like and laugh at them like David Dash just did. You know what I'm saying? Salute, Dave. Got the right on time. Another entrepreneur, boss. I produce bosses. I didn't produce none of my children to be employees to nobody. You know what I mean? Whether you heard me and you try to shun me away or whatever, you heard me when I said, I don't want any of y'all to work for anybody. You find something in which you could get great and do great in. And you work that craft and you work at that skill to a point where you don't have to work for nobody else. You work for yourself. You know what I mean? That's self-dependency. That's self-sufficient. Nobody grows up and says, oh, I'm gonna stay in my parents' home forever. eventually something in your mind says, I need to get out of here because I'm tired of these rules. I want to make up my own rules. And what way to doing that is if you find your own place. So this is what is going on right now. We're having to follow somebody else's rules. We're having to wait until somebody else recognizes us as being accepted in. Damn that. The heck with that. No more trying to find acceptance.
Yeah, for sure. It's and I think more of what Damon Dash was speaking to when he, informed Shannon Sharp that no, we were something. You just didn't hear about us, was that the mentality of my success isn't determined on what you feel is success.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So where I heard when Damon Dash said that is I became successful at this time because that's when I felt like I made it for myself.
Right. I mean, it's just knowing your value. You know what I'm saying? Right. When you know you're good at something, like he knew that him and Jay-Z were good at doing what they were doing in the street, and there was nothing that that nobody can tell them otherwise. They knew that all they had to do was apply and change the scenario of their mentality and transition it into the music industry, that they can tackle that and overcome that and master that craft. And that's what he was talking about. They learned the craft of drug selling and whatever other business in the street. They mastered that. And then they moved on and transitioned into the music industry, and they mastered that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, real quick, Pops, you wanna speak on how? Because I feel like some people don't understand. Well, okay, how are people able to be successful at one thing and then go into the next thing and be just as successful? Do you want to speak to people on how you're able to apply what you already know to your future endeavors?
I mean, it's finding something in which you enjoy. What you enjoy doing, what you find pleasurable, satisfactory, it's a stress reliever, joy. What you find joy is something in which you should work on and master. And that way, when the money is the bonus to get paid for something. But it's all about what you know how to do. I told all of you, learn how to do something. I told y'all I didn't care if it's working on a car, repairing a computer. Learn how to do something, but learn it on your own, because people, when they train you in something and they have to show you how to do something, they are going to eventually, if they do it from their heart, all praises due. But a lot of people show us how to do things to one day say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gotten it.
Word.
Don't allow nobody to take credit for something in which you worked hard for and said to yourself and made up your mind that I'm going to bust my butt and get great at this. You know what I mean? Because nobody can take away what you know how to do. We can only pay you for your time. I don't know how to work on cars, so I need a mechanic. So what better way to get a person who knows how to work on cars? So a mechanic is a good mechanic. He is always going to be working because there's always somebody that needs a mechanic to work on their car. I referee basketball. If I wasn't good at what I do, I wouldn't get a phone call every single weekend to come referee. Once you know how to do something, you will never be broke. Never. Now, how much money could you make? That is all on you. How much time are you putting in working on your craft? How much time are you sharpening your skill? You know what I'm saying? You think Michael Jordan needed his father to tell him to get outside and dribble a basketball? Or did he take the initiative himself and did it himself? Because his mind was made up to become great at basketball. Your mind has to be made up to be great at making music and producing. Once you put your mind, your brothers, and your sisters, all of them, find something. Y'all all found something. Now you gotta get great at it. And then nobody will ever have to hire you. You will never have to subject yourself to servitude, to slavery. That's a slave. When you have to work for somebody, that's a slave. When you have to ask or beg somebody for a job, you're begging somebody to become their slave. Now you're going to be on their schedule. You're going to come into work when they want you to. And you're going to be there for however long they tell you to. And then you're going to hope that they pay you in 2 weeks. So you're not even asking for compensation for your time right after you finish the job. They tell you, oh, we won't wait to pay you in 2 more weeks. Nah, man. When I go referee, I get my money then. Right then. You wanted me to referee and provide quality to this game, and I provided it, and I did a hell of a job. Pay up.
Word. Let's go ahead and get back to the video, Pops, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love this. So.
I think it's so hard for someone to compete with the Jordan because he got a 25, 30-year head start on you. But the Yeezy has made up a lot of ground in a very short time.
Yeah.
Why and how did the Yeezy become so popular?
Jordan didn't make music.
For the crossover appeal.
Jordan was known for playing good basketball.
Right.
Kanye's known for something completely different.
Right.
If Michael Jackson had sneakers and they were designed well, he would have made more money than Michael Jordan.
I think the thing I like about artists now, they're willing to branch out. Back then, the artist just wanted to do what he was good at.
Because I taught them that.
Pause for a second. I just want to
Talking about one of my students.
Yeah.
Word.
because the transition in what he's referring to. You know what I mean? He got great. Michael Jackson and Kanye West are great at making music. So whenever they put their minds on other ventures, it just enhances that particular field in which they are going into, because now they are recognized for doing one thing, and now when they become great and wanting to do something else, the transition is easy. You all right?
Word.
So I started refereeing basketball at 26, 27. Now I own a nutrition and wellness shop. The correlation is there. I have to remain fit to continue on refereeing because I'm getting older. As kids in college and the children in college and in high school are staying the same age. So I have to stay fit. So it works for me because now I'm in the field in which I need it for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So but he's basically saying if Michael Jackson or Kanye West have been masters at making music, now they want to master selling shoes. And like he said, it's a good quality looking shoe. Then they want to branch off and take off way more than Michael Jordan, because Jordan only got his sneakers from playing basketball. He hasn't done anything else.
Word.
But yeah, that's what I want. I just want to, get that further clarity. That's all.
No, absolutely, Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the point. I teach people things so it can affect us in the future. I play chess, not checkers.
Right.
Everything that happened now was dictated by something that happened 100 years ago.
Facts.
I'm planning for the next 100 years. So I have to get my people right as babies.
Right.
Old people are fucking stubborn. Sick of talking to people that don't listen. Just because they didn't know how to fight, they judge the others that do. These young cats, they down for it because they don't know no other way.
Why is it so important for you to empower those around you? You always talk about how you give knowledge, how if people listen, you can go places, you can do things. Why is that so important to you?
I love my culture. It's like asking me why would it be important for me to educate my child? Because I love my child.
What I want for myself, I want for my children.
Simple as that.
Pretty simple.
What I want for myself, I want for my brother.
I'm not going to educate you if I don't love you, right? I don't give a fuck about you. Why would I speak to you?
That's a little harsh.
Yeah. If I don't care about you, why would I speak to you?
Right.
I care about the people I speak to.
Exactly.
I make the effort. I even hurt myself sometimes to help others.
Frustrating.
Sometimes to default.
Not asking you to re-go through every step by step. Obviously, you and Jay aren't as close. Maybe you would, because I heard his Hall of Fame speech and he thanked you. You guys don't see eye to eye on some things, but what you guys were able to accomplish.
We're in court right now. That's why he said. But yeah, what about it? It's because you're giving me shot glasses. That's what it is.
Man, ain't no shot glass, man.
Rockstar, dude.
No, that's not what we call them where I'm from. Y'all call them rock star. That's not what we call them.
Yeah, you're a professional athlete. You had to stay, you couldn't be getting drunk.
I don't know if
You'd probably be on the floor by now. You're mad strong, but this shit will knock you the fuck out. You probably got a protein shake back there, right? Well, while I wasn't looking, I saw him go.
Or just real quick pause.
Dang.
Just speaking about what he said up to now, you know, the man, he just comes from a place of where we can respect where he's coming from, because we have that similar mindset when it comes to living life and what life means to us. You know what I'm saying? At the core of who he is, it's about his family first. At the end of the day, he's only doing this so that his future is okay.
And not only for his family, but for his people.
Word.
And what that trait entails is love. He just expressed to people how much love he has for not just his family, but for his people. Why would he waste his time talking to a people he don't care about? He is a part of this community. So who should he talk to and try to get on the same level as him, as himself, besides the people in which he comes from? That's simple mathematics. You help those in your community first.
And I think he's a great example, and that's why he is one of my role models, is because he's been able to help his family. If you look at his family, you'll see that his son has his own business. His wife, she's doing her own thing. He has, I think, some daughters as well. You know, the people around him that have been his friends that we know Kanye West, Jay-Z, all successful people. That's the way he moves. And I don't see why he would give us as his community any less. And he seems to be a man of his word.
Indeed.
Every time I've heard him say something, he's gonna do something. He does it. So
that's what independent.
I expect no less. Exactly.
That's what independent thinkers in self-sufficient men and women do.
Another thing is, he doesn't say just to clarify for people, he doesn't say he's gonna do something. He doesn't announce to the world that he's gonna do something, then do it.
Right.
He's already doing. When he's on this show, he's already gotten the workings done to become the owner of the Arena Football.
Right.
So, and that's what I think we've talked about this before on the show. Like, as bosses, you don't tell your plans to the world until after you execute it.
Nah.
Because it's nothing. That's one out of, okay,
It's words.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Nah,
Right.
if you already are doing it, then you have to be already doing it, then speak on it. Don't tell the whole world that you're gonna do something, because you may
There's
not
no-
do it, and now you gotta walk back on what you said.
Right. And eventually that means your word is not bond.
Your word is not bond.
All right. So, you know, your word has to be bond. But if you don't give your word, then you don't have to uphold the word. But when you perform the act, then you can show, then you have something to show and prove.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And not only that, but if you you know, tell people what you're going to do before you do it, now you get people's fear.
Word.
So going back to the being on the slave plantation, instead of that slave saying, "Hey, yo, Jimmy, let's run, let's escape," he should have just ran himself.
Word.
But at least he wanted to see if Jimmy wanted to come with him.
Word.
Because not only does he want freedom for himself, he wants freedom for his brother. He wants freedom for his own people. So what does it, I mean, I don't want to run away and be alone. I want to, especially if I escape and I get away. You know what I mean? I don't have to come back on the plantation and come rescue you. Come with me. You know what I mean? We're going to die anyway. I know I heard, you know, people who smoke cigarettes or, you know, who eat real bad food. They, you know, say, they use the excuse, "Oh, I'm going to die anyway." Yeah, but why suffer? Why suffer? The death is not going to be swift. It's a process. That staying on that plantation and dying, that was a process. We suffered. Some of us suffered until that end time. Why suffer? Since you're going to die anyway, why not try to escape and die for something? Die for your freedom. Die to become independent. And that's resonating right now, man, to what we need to do. This war is not our war. This police is not doing a good job at keeping the peace within the Black community. So why do we keep calling them? Why are we forming our own peacekeepers, which we do have? The Nation of Islam, the FOI. We do have our own armed services. NFAC, the Black Panther Party. Come on, people. We already have what it takes for us to finally separate and become independent as a people and create our own government. We don't have no voices in the NATO Congress, in the NATO or anything. We don't have no voices from the Black community in America.
Oh, actually, we do. We have Elena Porter. We had her on the show. That's one.
Well, no, I'm talking about actual on that power.
Right.
Totem
In
pole.
position, yeah.
In position. We don't have it representing strictly us. Specifically us. There's nobody representing us. You know what I'm saying? We don't police ourselves. We don't have our own military. We don't have our own hospital. You know what I mean? That time is now. And it's happening. And Damon Dash salute. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
It starts somewhere. Somewhere we gotta start saying to ourselves, all right, y'all. We are a nation within the nation. We need to start focusing on ourselves.
Yeah, and it starts with building the foundation. And we see what Damon Dash is doing. He's building the foundation for us to have our own outlets.
Unifying, man. There's no other way but to unify.
He hasn't spoken on it, and that's what we have for the video for today. But he didn't speak on the fact that he does have his own streaming platform, and he, now he is an owner of an arena football team and is looking to get his hands on a NFL team. So exactly, and we all need to be moving in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we all can't afford a football team, but like he said, it's not about solely one of us being able to afford it. It's about, are we able to come together and pull ourselves together financially and under one mind and create the things that we need to self-sustain ourselves? And the answer is yes, it can be done. It's just a matter of, are we doing it? And if you're not doing it, you should start. There's groups out there that you can get yourself a part of that are trying to do these things. I heard a while back Dr. Umar was in Virginia trying to open up a charter school, and he was looking for us to help him raise the money to be able to open up the charter school. It was only $2 million he was asking for. I think he got half of that, and I don't think he was able to, unfortunately, get the other half. But it should have been done. We should have been able to do that. He put himself in the position. You know what I'm saying? He went and did all the interviews on Breakfast Club and all those things. So he did his part. Right. So it's on us as when we come together to be able to pull ourselves financially and under one mindset to get the things that we need to get for not only ourselves but your brother, your sister, and the next generation.
You know what he ran into?
What's that?
Those Negro slaves that were saying, "What you want to do that for?"
Oh, for the charter school.
What you think about it? I'm putting your mind backwards. Right. The mentality of the slave who didn't want to make master upset. Why you want to make master upset? Why you want to go make trouble for us? You a loud mouth. You stirring up trouble. That's how a lot of us respond to when somebody black stands up and says, "Let's go." There are a lot of us who are working as agents for the system to maintain the system because they don't want to alter the system. They don't want to piss the overseers off. Grandmaster Jay is one of those voices in which we attacked him. We went after his character. Dr. Umar Johnson's character is in question because he want to start a charter school.
And that's another thing, Pops, as black in our community, that's the first thing that's always attacked is our character.
Right.
And I've been a victim of it, of my character being attacked. And you know what's crazy? The first time, the most recent time it happened wasn't the first time. The very first time it happened, I was in elementary school being accused of something I supposedly said, but it was not I.
I remember.
And it didn't matter how many times I pleaded. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't me. I wouldn't say anything like that.
Right.
And I would have thought that my teachers knew me enough.
Knew your
to know, at least let's question it. But it felt to me that their minds were convinced.
Right.
So yeah, it's unfortunate that that's the very first thing that gets attacked is our character.
What did you do?
You know what I'm saying?
10 years ago.
Yeah. And the most astounding thing to me is, you know what I'm saying, we tend to have the best character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's us, man. I told you that they use agents. Agents are us. We are our own agents. And you cannot do anything that will create anger or stirring up trouble on Master's plantation. Other slaves will speak up for the master. That's how he's been able to maintain this system so long, because he uses us to downplay and to silence other voices that are speaking to the power. Okay? There's division. divide and conquer. They will take somebody who has a record, a criminal record,
Right.
and turn him into an agent to work for them. You seen the Black Messiah, right?
Right.
All right. Who did they use to infiltrate, to monitor Fred Hampton? Who did they use? It wasn't nobody white. Come on, man. That's us. We are our own agents. In the Matrix, we are the agents. What Morpheus tell Neo? That all of us don't think we are, or even know that we're being used as an agent. But we are. Some of us are. The ones who are still plugged in, meaning the ones who don't want to be unplugged, are working for the system. To what? To maintain the system. So anybody who is causing a ruckus or creating a domino effect of those who are unsatisfied and want change and want liberation, they are now being attacked by our own people. Kwame Brown is being attacked by our own people. Ice Cube was being attacked when he came out with the contract for Black America by his own people. Minister Farrakhan is attacked by his own people. Malcolm was attacked by his own people. Martin was attacked by his own people. Is this a pattern we seeing? I mean, come on, people.
And I just want to shine a little bit more light on that is the fact that other races have enough respect not to do that. They know better. So
because
it's not,
it would be so obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious. They use. I mean, come on. It's like they using. Let's just take sports for instance. Okay.
All right.
Who's the black voice that's on TV on a major platform going after other black athletes?
Speaking about Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Okay. But he already identified himself as an agent when he said, I wake up every morning trying to find a way to make my bosses more money and to get a little bit of it. So that means you're bought. You are a slave. You are admitting to the whole world that you are a slave. So if you're attacking Kyrie for standing up and doing something which he didn't want to do to his own body, and you are constantly attacking him, which you are doing, you are an agent. You are working for the system, and you're reading a script. So it's not like you're just going off the top of your head. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
ESPN, there's a monitor that they read from. You know what I mean? So he's reading off the script. To what? Attack another black man who never did nothing to him, never said anything wrong or bad to him. But because he is not media friendly, now who controls the media? No need to say it, but that's who was attacking him. But what better way to put the attack on than an agent amongst us?
Word. But you know what I'm saying, I feel like it's a great time to be alive for our community and to be specifically a black man, because I think there's a collective consciousness, and what I've seen in media is almost like an awakening of black men saying enough, we've been, you know what I'm saying, we've got like Kevin Samuels and the likes of him. You were speaking on Kwame Brown, and ourselves having our podcast,
right.
finally having this outlet to speak our voice, because there is no platform for black men to go. We were just playing the Shannon Sharp show, where it's a black man talking to another black man, and even still, you know what I'm saying, he's
What would you call Shannon Sharp right now?
exactly. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm happy that, you know what I'm saying, Damon Dash got to do the interview so I could be able to watch, you know what I'm saying, his interactions with someone that is coming at him with that kind of energy. And
Right.
see, I loved how he was able to keep it professional, but also let him know at the same time, watch your step, yo. Don't.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
gonna just let you bully me.
Nah, it wasn't about being the bully. What Damon Dash recognized who he had,
attack his character. Word.
right? But what he recognized who he was talking to was an employee. Remember, the word, the perspective in mind is always different when one is standing on his own versus the one who is employed. So that means the one who is employed has to tote the line. The
Word.
one who stands on his own is a free man. He doesn't have to worry about what he is saying. So his words,
Exactly.
his words are going to be a lot different, and perspective is going to be different than the employee.
Word. It was a moment in which Shannon Sharp during the whole video made the mistake of not or it seemed to be to me that he was unable to match Damon at his level, because Damon's up here and he's down here when it comes to that mindset. And anyone that has a boss mentality, you really know that you should never minimize yourself or dumb yourself down just to be able to interact with someone.
Right.
If they need to play, if it is a gap in that, they need to be able to recognize that themselves and be willing to play catch up with you, not oppose you and say, no, you come down here and be at my level. That's not going to happen.
That means there's an agenda.
Word.
There's an agenda in which he had to perform and act on. Now, Shannon Sharp could have easily said, you know what, I'm not gonna come at my brother like that. He's an independent, free man, and he doesn't have an employer. He is a man who stands on his own. So I'm not going to disrespect him by asking him these questions. It was almost as if he was asking him the things or saying things to him in which white people whisper about, and they try to use certain things. Like I remember, Damon Dash was talking to somebody else and saying that, they trying to make him seem like he's he goes off.
Word.
But you got to ask the question, why? Why is he going off? Why is he snapping on other executives in the office like that? What's making him? What's the trigger?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something is triggering him, and he said it. Disrespect. That would trigger me too. Don't disrespect me.
And it should.
And talk to me like I'm an employee.
That's my biggest issue is like, yo, like, how you gonna disrespect someone and then question their reaction to your disrespect?
Right.
Oh, like you should have behaved better even though I disrespected you.
Right. Like I smack you in the face, and then I turn and I say to you, why are you mad? You just smacked me. So why are you mad?
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I like how Damon was able to carry himself in that situation. Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, I don't think have it in them. They, you know what I'm saying, would have walked out, would have blatantly called him out, like, yo, why are you asking me these questions like this? You want, like, Because to me, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm out and about, if someone comes to me like that, it's like, yo, your energy is like, you wanna go at me, but you're coming underhand. Your mode is underhanded, but your intention is to come at me.
And
but you're coming at me in a way like you're my friend, but you're not my. You have a knife behind your back.
And you know what that's called? I love, Kwame Brown phrased it so perfectly. Those are white boy tactics. White boy tactics. Come as a friend. Come as a friend, like you just said. They introduce themselves as friendly, but they have these underlying jabs. You know what I'm saying? They have the flowers in one hand, and then they have the arrows in the other.
Word.
Those are your snakes. Those are the ones you need to watch out for. They smile in your face, but want to take your place. Backstab.
Word. Knife talk.
Identify. You know what I mean? But this is the day and age we're living in now. That's why you said, you know what I mean? This is the great time to be a black man living right now. Is because now the hypocrisy in us, the agents within our midst.
Yeah, what I've noticed is we're coming to a time. I can just speak on black men is of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And being able to, you know what I'm saying, checking ourselves and then being able to check our brother.
Right. You got the lines are being drawn.
Word.
What line are you on? What line are you on? Which side are you on? Are you on the side of liberation? That's what I told you, if you ever want to get the mentality of a black man, just ask them, do you want your own government? Do you want to police yourselves? If they stunt, they ain't with it. Because they want to work to keep this system still in play. They want to fight you. They're going to fight you and try to convince you not to find your own liberation. Watch out for them people, because they are amongst us. The ones who says go out and vote, instead of saying, you know what, Democrat and Republican, we haven't gotten nothing from neither one of them. Two wings are all a part of the same bird. What is the result of becoming a Democratic supporter versus a Republican supporter? As a black man and woman, what's the difference? None, because we ain't getting nothing from both. So what does that mean? Do our own thing. It's time. And it's actually, we're being forced. This is divine order. Where God said, what's once the tail is now going to become the head. This is that paradigm shift, man. And if people can't see it, then they don't want to see it. Because they are comfortable in their own captivity. That's sad. But that's the mentality of some of us when we were still slaves. And we became free. Some of us said, I don't want to go out there in the unknown wilderness. I like it here. I like being up underneath master. I don't want to be free. I don't want my own independence. I don't want to work for myself. I like everything being given to me by my master. Because I don't have to work to turn the lights on. I don't have to dig. I don't have to use my mind as a mathematician to build. I am comfortable for what the master built for me. Those are my son, are those who I want you to stay away from.
What was that character role that you're speaking of? What was his name in the Matrix?
Cypher.
In the first one, Cypher. The Ciphers.
The Ciphers.
They want to
Or-
plug
or
back
the-
in.
Or the Judas in the
Right.
Bible, when Judas betrayed Jesus. You know what I mean? When the government
Right.
came looking for Jesus, hey, I see. Are you friends with that guy named Jesus? She was like, no, not me. He over there.
He said, if anything, I'll take you to him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Yeah, and it's sad. Well, the times are not different. Just because it's something that we are reading that supposedly happened in the past. Nah, make that a present day tense. So it's actually talking about today and the ways the people, some people are, the characteristics. People's names in Bibles are representing people. They're not depicting one person.
Right.
They're depicting a people that has that mentality.
Yeah, what they call an archetype or a role in a script. So, like you're saying, like, yeah, his name is Judas in the Bible, but
Right.
moreover, what it's speaking to is that type of mentality of people that you could run into or are
Absolutely.
in your life right now.
And they can be so close to you.
Word.
Your wife, could be your husband, could be your best friend, could be your sister, could be your brother, could be your mother or your father.
Word.
But it's time to separate, man. And blood is no longer thicker than that water. So now it's like-minded. If you have a like mind, then you're my brother.
I'm still here. Pops, my camera just went out for a bit.
I got you. Indeed, man. But it's serious. It's that time. Get free or die trying. Get free or die trying. That's the last thing I said, man.
Anything else you want to add, Pops, before we head out of here?
Yeah, man. Salute Damon Dash. There was something
Word.
I think TMZ was giving him an interview talking about Kanye West not being on the Oscars or the Grammys or something like that. And I love
Word.
the response. You know what I'm saying? Because his mentality is the heck with the Grammys. We make our own Grammys.
Right.
We still trying to find acceptance from a people who's never accepted us. But we still wasting our time, and they think that all of us want to be cozy and up next to them like that. They in the room for a rude awakening. The heck with y'all, man. I mean, we sing better, we rap better, we dance better, we play ball better, and we're smarter. We invented everything. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
What did you have on your Instagram when you make a good point when you say enough said?
Enough said.
Hashtag
enough said.
Word.
Don't need to say no more, man.
Yep. Just want to say, like you said, pop shout outs to Damon Dash. Again, he's an idol of mine, and I appreciate all the work that he's been able to accomplish up till now, and all the further work he'll be doing in the future.
Absolutely.
If Damon Dash, if you're watching, we would love to have you on the podcast. I just have to say that.
Right.
Word.
Right.
We would love to have a real interview with you and have a respectful conversation and.
Right.
I would love to pick his mind just to, further, have a understanding of where he comes from and his mentality.
And let me just say this, man. I'm grateful and satisfied that you have selected Dame Dash as one of your role models. I mean, what better mind, regardless of what anybody said about him, you appreciate his mind. And now that I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that my mind is aligned with his mind, I'm good.
Yep.
Guess what? From a parent's perspective, I'm good.
Oh man. Oh, appreciate you, pops.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean you talk. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because you didn't directly tell me, hey, you should listen to Dame Dash, but you know what I'm saying? You instilled the same mindset
Right.
in me. So when I heard him, I heard you through him.
Right. And your
That's all
brother
it was.
Damon as well.
That's all
Shout
it
out
was.
to Damon. Your
Word.
brother, I mean, like, yo, he started off small, but he's growing. You know what I mean? My main thing is commit to something. Commit to something and work on that something to see where it gets you. Once it provides you enough, move on to something else. Don't just be totally dependent on that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Challenge yourself. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zaire. Zaire is a boss now. He may not be the CEO of AT&T, but he's in a boss position. So he's getting that
Word. He
experience.
learned a lot, yo. He
He's
learned
learned
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they put him in that position because they knew what type of mentality he has.
It's crazy you said it. He's texting me right now. Like as
At a
soon
very
as
young
you
age.
said his name, he texted me.
Salute, son.
Word.
My youngest baby boy. 22 years old, man, and a manager. Come on, man. That's a boss mentality. Shout out to your sister, Trishay.
Yeah, again, I just want to hold on. Let's speak on Zaire real quick. I just want to give him his kudos. That Zaire is what, 22? At the age of what, 20? He was 21 last year. He was selling at the store better than anybody else in his district.
Right.
At the age of 21, to the point where they had to give him, like Damon Dash was saying, I don't ask for anything.
Right.
I show up and I take it.
Right.
Zaire showed up. he sell so well, like you say. He was number one in every, not only number one in selling, but I think there's 3 categories that he could have gotten a top rating in. He got every last one. He was number one. So shouts out to my brother.
Salute.
I just want to show him, you know what I'm saying, it was just amazing for me to see him get to that position. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he first started working there, and then you know what I'm saying, growing, and then he got to the number one, and then you know what I'm saying, next call I get from him, he's like, yo, it's my store now.
Yo, man. just now,
yeah,
he's gaining the experience. He already has the know-how, right?
Word.
Now let's take it a step further. Now, since he has the experience of running a cellular company, now it's time for him to create one. All right. That's his next venture. Creating your own. Remember, it's about being your own CEO at the end of the day.
Word.
All right.
Yeah, he can take it anywhere, you know. I know he was telling me about getting into realty and other things like that. So we'll see. Right. That boy, he kind of reminds me of myself, where I don't know what he's gonna do next. Right. I get excited. I'm like, all right, let's see what you do next, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, because it's so. Absolutely. I'm not gonna say, it's just like a knack of people in our family. He's very surprising. We surprise ourselves sometimes, you know.
I mean, yo, man, your grandmother ran her own daycare, man. So entrepreneurialism is all in our bloodline.
Word.
You know what I mean? You come from a family who had businesses in New York, in the town of Manhasset. You know what I'm saying? The Corleys were the first ones to have their own dry cleaners. You know what I mean? So, you know, this ain't nothing new. All right? Being a boss is in our blood.
Word.
It's in your DNA.
No, that's facts. I remember as a kid, I was in middle school, 6th grade. Bought the 24 pack of candy, the assorted kind. So I had the Skittles.
I told y'all to sell
Starburst, all that. Man, I was selling them things in class for $1. And people were people were all over it because it's $1.50 if I go to the vending machine. I save 50 cents with this man. Right. Word. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I remember that, and just coming home, and the box would be empty of candy, but it would be full of money.
Yep.
That's all I know. That's all I know. That's all, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, middle school, you know what I'm saying? even now, I told you what, like not a year ago, but like a couple months ago, I was just bored. I was like, I gotta do something.
Right.
So just as something to do, I made my own beverage to sell to people that were running, so that it would hydrate them better. So now I like it just isn't our blood, man. I can't,
man.
You can't describe it. It's just,
yo, man.
But again, it's a blessing, you know.
I don't produce laziness, man.
Word.
Laziness doesn't come from me. You know what I'm saying? Only producers and those who want to find and achieve their independence. You know what I mean? I'm proud of all of you. You, Damon, Zaire, Trishay, and Aaliyah. Aaliyah, she's finding her way. She's tired of working at that department store. She's feeling the itch. You know what I mean? She wants to be. She is going to become an entrepreneur. She just got to figure out where she want to tackle put her expertise in and her time and effort. But she knows she has the mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Shout out to Damon with the what's called the ESBL. ESBL league. You know what I mean? The simulated 2K league. You know what I mean? That's grown. I'm proud of all y'all, man. I don't never want y'all to work for nobody, to be somebody's slave. The hell with that. Heck no. You don't need to find a job. You need to find something in which you love to do and teach yourself how to do it. And then work on it. Perfect it. Master it. Once you master that,
on to the next one. Word.
Let's go. That's why we said TwoTreys.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
All right, guys, we're about to head out of here. But like Pop said, this has been TwoTreys podcast. We enjoy all of you guys for coming in and viewing our video, and being on the live with us today. Shouts out to Damon. Shouts out to Shirley, out in Raleigh, North Carolina, and shouts out to Precious, 4568 for leaving a comment. We appreciate you all. And to all the viewers out there, we appreciate y'all as well. This has been episode 21. And with that, peace out. I'll go ahead and get the song for our outro. But other than that, y'all have a good rest of your day.
You gotta find the track that we did, man. You know what I mean?
I can't. I have it, but my audio is bad. like your part is good, but when I go in, I'm like whispering.
All right.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Man, I told you to redo your verses, man. You know
Word. Well, I did, but you didn't. When I redid it, you weren't there. So like the better version is only with me by myself. So yeah.
Right.
Maybe we got it. Maybe we'll have to make a new track, Pops. That's all.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyway, yo, man. Enjoy your Friday. Love you, son.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and get out here. You know what I'm saying? Go sightsee. See what's out there in the world.
Indeed. But come next week.
Life happens out there.
We got some guests coming through, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Quick shout out. We have Simon, owner and CEO of Your Clothing.
All right.
So he'll definitely go on the show next week, April 1st on Friday. So you guys stay tuned for that.
There's also
I'm excited to have him on the show because you know what I'm saying he has a great perspective that we had not had on the show as of yet. So we'll be excited to have him share his points of view. What were you gonna say, Pops?
There's also a good friend of mine, Dwayne Samuels, who is the #1 sought out basketball fitness trainer in the DMV area. Shout out to Sports Performance and his business. And I think he wants to drop in for a little bit and definitely get his name and his business out there as well with us.
Yeah, tell him come through for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All good vibes here. Let them know.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Pops, I'll go ahead and get that song pulled up for us.
Do your thing, man.
All right.
Love you, man.
Love you too, Pops.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Y'all have a good night.
Salute, world. Have a good week.
Y'all enjoy the song. I'll have that go ahead and play for us right now, all right? So y'all don't go anywhere.
Take us out with the fader.
Yes, sir.
I, Pisces, swam through oceans just to sit with the stars. I might be on light speed, 2 avatars. No lights, please, I'm gaming in the game, cause my child is dicey. Rolling up my sleeves, I get down and dirty. But right now, I'm lightning, so frightening. Scared of what I am, because of God, I might be. It's not just me, it's you. You're just like me. If you wished upon a star and all your dreams came true, what would you do? What would you do if you wished upon a star and all your dreams came true? What would you do if you were me? And if I was you, so much empathy, I'd be wearing other shoes, and I won't stunt on them. I'm too focused on Jupiter's moves. I'm living wishes, I'm eating riches, believing visions. All I want in life is now in my sight. My smallest dream is stronger than light. Unbelievable, so you can't look past it. I like to call this my purple magic. I am Sealy, grown in my movie. Stones and words don't hurt me or move me. I'm so grateful for all the good and the bad. What's a life if you leave without a scratch? So I'll tell you this, do what you wanna do, and learn what you need to learn. Embrace the point of no return. I did it, a nobody, now I'm a king. The heart of a lion, the brains of a team, and the courage to sing my truth. You get what you think, I'm proof. I, Pisces, swim through oceans just to see with the stars. I might be on light speed, 2 avatars. No light speeds, I'm gaming in the game, cause my child is dicey. But now I'm riding my wave, I'm watching Jupiter move. So frightening, watching Jupiter move, cause of God I might be. Watching Jupiter move, God I might be. Watching Jupiter move, frightening. Oh, yeah, so frightening. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.